If you're in Pennsylvania and you feel that you are being threatened or that you are being abused, you can file in Pennsylvania for a civil action, which is a protection from abuse against certain individuals. In order for you to be able to file against someone, there needs to be a certain relationship. In Pennsylvania, those relationships include the spouse or former spouse, a parent of a child with the person you're filing against. So if you're a parent and you have children with the defendant, if it's your current or former sexual or intimate partner, if it's your child, if it's the child of the defendant, a family member related by blood, a family member related by marriage or affinity, or a sibling. Those are the only people that can have a protection from abuse filed against them. So if it's your neighbor, it's not the appropriate form for you to file. You would have to contact the police and see if you could file something against them for harassment or simple assault or abuse along those lines. You also have to have an element of fear. You have to be afraid of the person or you have to be afraid because of their threats. So it's not always physical. A lot of times it is, but harassment or threatening can also be considered abuse. Or if someone is not allowing you to leave a specific area without a safe means of leaving. So if someone blocks you in with their car and you don't have a safe way of leaving, that can lead to a protection from abuse. So if you're in need of a protection from abuse and it's not during the time that the court is open, you can go to your local district court justice who is on call on an emergency basis and file there. And then you're going to be required to file in the county the next morning when they open. They can issue a temporary order, which means that the person that's abusing you could be found to be in violation without a court hearing until you get to court. And it's not a finding of fact, but it allows you that immediate protection ex parte, meaning they haven't had an opportunity to defend themselves. In your protection from abuse, you can ask that the person be evicted from the home. So if you're living with someone and they're abusing you and it's after hours, you can go to district court and ask for a protection from abuse. And an order can be entered and put in place immediately, but then they will have the opportunity to be heard in court within 10 days. The other thing you can ask for in your protection from abuse is if you have children, you can ask for custody, but you would then need to file a separate custody action. You can also ask for support, and the court can award you support on a temporary basis. But again, in order for it to remain in effect, if they grant it, you have to file within 2 weeks a support action. Um, the protection from abuse is usually filed in the county where the abuse occurred. So if you're in Pennsylvania, you can file where the abuse happens, and that would be at your local courthouse. And you're going to have a hearing. You can present witnesses, evidence at that trial. But again, if you need immediate assistance, the court can issue these temporary orders. And if you need help, you can always go to the legal aid service in your county or any attorney that handles that type of law. But there is help out there, so you don't need to stay a victim in your own home or even if it's someone not in your home.